In progress. Ay. Hi everyone, welcome to Do Rayleigh. I'm your host Liankayla, and today we have a very special episode number 10 because we have Miss Gail Struggail Banawis. If you had 30 seconds, I'll give you 30 seconds. Let's clock it.
Oh no.
Let's give you 30 seconds to say a short description of who Gail is. Three, two, one, go.
Gail Banawis is also known as Struggail. She's a singer-songwriter and actress, but she's very creative, willing to work in any sort of creative field, willing to learn, very flexible and adaptable if you need her to try anything new. She is always game. She might be an overthinker. She might be quiet sometimes, but I assure you it's because she's overthinking and her intentions are always good. That is how I would sell myself. I really don't know how else. Phil M. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Can you describe to us, was there a day like you're in your room and you're like, I'm gonna be struggling? Like how was that?
Ah,
Uh-oh.
okay,
How did that
okay.
come about?
How did that come? Struggle. Okay. So
Struggle.
struggle came about because I wanted to change my IG name from Gail Banawis or GLBNWS to a new
Mm.
one. Kasi parang boring na. Kasi before sa Tumblr, I used to be Nightingale.
That's
Ganun. And I
cute.
thought, oh, I'm so edgy. Nightingales are like songbirds and stuff. And blah, 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 blah. But Nightingale was taken already. So I was like, what can
Um,
I do? I'm like, Hurricane Gale? I don't know. Like, shucks. So then, si Daddy kasi, he's a very tough love sort of person. So
your
then
dad.
whenever I would ask him, Dad, can you open this? Can you help me with this? Dad, I don't understand. He always says, struggle, struggle, struggle. You always need help, Gail. And then I used to cry over that. Na parang, I'm just asking for help. Why are you getting mad at me? And stuff like that. But then he would laugh. Then I realized, wait, struggle, struggle, struggle. And I was like, why don't I take
Mm.
something that used to make me sad and make me cry into something that I could own myself? So it was just an IG name at first. So I was like, yes, this is my new IG name. Struggail is me, guys, blah, blah, blah. And then once I think I watched a certain show, either Songland or I forgot what the name was, like a hip hop rap show on
Wait,
Netflix.
wait. I know rhythm and flow. Is this rhythm and
Yeah,
flow? Yeah,
I
I
don't
know
know. I
that.
think I think that was part of it of how I made Make You Smile or Songland ba yun. But one of those, that's what inspired me to kind of like make you smile. And then I was like, wait, I don't want to be Gail Banawis because everyone knows Gail Banawis as the girl that sang Lupang Hinirang or, the
Mm.
cover artist, so blah. And I wanted to break free of that cover artist image.
Image. Yeah.
I wanted to just be an artist.
Right.
So I was like, let me just try a different name, Struggle. No one's gonna know it's me anyway. So I started it on SoundCloud, but then I became really proud of it for once, which is shocking for me
Mm.
because I'm never proud of things that I do before. Kahit cover siya, even if I perform everywhere, I like the feeling of doing it, but I don't want to hear what I did. I don't want to see what I
Mm.
did because I always
Mm.
cringe because it
Mm-hmm.
never feels completely genuine until I did Make You
Mm.
Smile. I was like, wait, I'm actually proud of it and I feel like myself.
I think there's two things that I took away from what you said. The first thing
Mm.
is this the struggle of all artists of like, who am I? Right?
Mm.
And especially if you're somebody who started out as a singer or performer. And this is
Mm.
something I can relate to it. Especially if you didn't write your own songs growing up. Like you're not an instrumentalist, right? You just have this voice and you like to sing. It's sort of that journey of trying to figure out who you are and how you can be outside of singing other people's songs. When you say that you weren't proud of anything that you did, like, why is that? Because you didn't feel like you were yourself? Like, as you said, like, you didn't feel the authenticity was there? Or.
Okay, so just for the record, I want to clarify that I am proud of the accomplishments. Okay,
Right,
because
right,
those
right.
are big things. I
Of
could,
course. Wish
I wouldn't be where I
bus.
am without it. Wish bus, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But there was always something missing because of that discomfort in my own skin. I was always questioning whether or not
Mm.
I was being honest with myself. Kasi even being a cover artist before, when I would sing certain songs, I would try to emulate the artist. Like when you had a Celine Dion, there were nights I would sing like this, right?
Right.
But then I'm like, wait, how do I actually sound? I don't
Mm.
know what my sound is. So it was always kind of like, yeah, I did it well, but who am I at the end of the day?
And of
I
course,
didn't
like
think it was possible. Yeah.
you didn't think it was possible that you could be an artist?
Yeah. I
Really?
didn't.
Why?
Yeah. Because I felt so lost for so many years. Because I know, even in high school, I was trying to figure out, do I actually have my own voice, or
Mm.
am I destined to just perform what other people make, which is not a bad thing.
Right.
But I also wanted to be myself, but then I didn't know myself in the first place. So how could I get there?
Do you think that that's what being an artist is? Is it's really just staying true to who you are? Because of course it's hard to balance like the more commercial stuff and the
Mm-hmm,
business
mm-hmm.
side of being an artist. You know what I mean? Like we talk
Yeah.
about you have to be, you get a freedom and like I'm gonna express myself and whatever. But yo, we gotta eat too. You know what I
You're
mean?
right. You're right. You're right. You gotta give what the people want, you
Gotta
know?
give what the people want. So especially you as a content creator, right? You're a live streamer and everything. Like how do you
Mm.
balance that? Honoring that authentic need to express yourself, but at the same time, give what the people want and everything.
I mean, I have to be honest, there was a time na parang earlier on sa mga live streaming days ko, parang napagod ako kasi I
Mm.
would always sing songs that people wanted me to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was kind of like, but I want to sing what I want to sing. But then also, if I don't sing what they want me to sing, they won't give me the gifts. So it's like, what do I do? Until I sort of found a balance and my own enjoyment in it,
Mm-hmm.
because I decided that Gail FM wouldn't just be me singing, but also me like talking to the fans and connecting with them, and also finding out why do they want me to sing this song. Are you heartbroken, bae? Mga
Mm-hmm.
ganun. So parang hindi na, I don't become just a jukebox, but also I become like a host of some sort as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I learned to really just love what I'm doing for the live streaming. But like you said, giving what the people want, making people happy makes me happy as well, I
Mm.
realized. But as long as I still give myself room to be genuine about it and to actually enjoy it
Mm-hmm.
myself. Because if hindi ko na enjoy it, bye, I'm not gonna do it. Like I'm very stubborn when it comes to stuff like that. If I don't want to do it, don't count me in at all. And I also realized that the more open, the more genuine and vulnerable I am with
Mm.
my audience,
Mm.
they really appreciate it. And then
Right.
for me to para siyang ano it's like a therapy session as well, because I feel like if I'm able to be open and vulnerable with them, then that would show them that it's okay to be like that, even with themselves. Kasi di ba minsan we're afraid to
Yeah.
even keep in touch or like acknowledge how we feel. But
Mm.
if they see me, I'm talking to like 100 plus people and being honest, and then they're like, wait, she's not scared. Why should I be scared? I realized, nah, it serves a greater purpose, parang ganun.
Mm.
So the people want the genuine Gail. So okay, I'll give you the genuine Gail, no problem.
Right.
Ganun, yeah.
Right. I felt like there was that shift in energy to be more open and vulnerable. And just hearing
Mm,
you say that that was a conscious decision,
mm-hmm,
na you were like, okay, parang I can relax, I can put my armor down, I can just be myself. It's like I'm so
mm-hmm.
amazed at your ability to be you and
Oh,
just be like open and vulnerable with people. And I think that's the thing that attracts people to you. You know how scary it is to be vulnerable sometimes? Oh,
yeah.
oh, oh. And I read this something about have you watched Brene Brown, any of her talks or something like that? Or right? Right, yeah. But
Mm-hmm,
there's this something that she says where you can choose who you're going to be vulnerable to. Like you don't
mm-hmm.
have to be vulnerable with everybody. So I find it interesting that you are able to open up even to your supporters.
I could be like, I am open and vulnerable with my supporters, but I don't tell them everything though.
Mm, mm,
You know what I mean? Because you have to keep some to yourself naman talaga.
right, Right, right,
it's
right.
impossible to share everything. That might be too much kalat in the the
In the
live stream
internets,
and
in the
the
internets.
internet, the social media. So you cannot know
Uh-uh.
everything. My God,
Uh-uh.
something
Mm-mm. Right?
because that's what helped me open up and figure out who I am. Like listening to my own, like the people that I look up to, naman content creators. Then
Mm-hmm.
because I found similarities in myself and who they were before, because they would say, oh, I was X, Y, Z. I'm like, no, ganun din ako noon. But then how are they so open now?
Right.
So I just want to help people the way that they helped me.
How do you stay mentally healthy as an internet person?
Oh, okay. Let's see. How do I stay mentally healthy as an internet
Internet
person?
person. Uh-uh.
Internet person. Well, it helps that I grew up on the internet, 'di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So internet is part of
Internet is life.
my
Just kidding.
yeah, internet is life. It's in my blood na. HTTP everywhere, www, I take time to not be on sometimes and just sit in the silence minsan or just listen to music. But number one is definitely either I journal
Yeah.
or
Mm.
I talk to myself. Kasi I noticed that the internet always has so much information to spew out.
Right.
And especially on Twitter, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
opinions, a lot of things, a lot of thoughts. And sometimes I get overwhelmed. But because there's so much going on, you feel a certain way, but you don't acknowledge it because you keep scrolling.
Right.
And then I realized at the end of the day, minsan na parang, ay wait, parang may weight dito sa chest. So I
Uh-huh.
have to unpack it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't always rely on, unpacking it to my friends because people have things to do with their lives and everything. So I
Easy.
learned just opening up my photo booth here on my computer, clicking record and talking to myself helps. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Like how
I
can you
just,
like what's the session like with therapist
what's the
Gail?
session like?
Yeah.
Depends. It's not formal at all. It's just verbal vomit. Na
Mm.
parang, I saw a tweet today. It said XYZ. It made my face get really hot. Why did it get really hot? Well, actually, I was thinking about this and then this and then this. Sometimes I start crying. And then it's like, wait, why am I crying? Why am I hurt? And then I ask myself, why are you hurt? I'm like, well, this, and this. Why shucks, I feel this way pala. Oh my God. And then sometimes when I'm venting to myself, I say a few lines and I'm like, wait, that could be a song though. Hold on, let me write it down.
How do you know that it could be a good line for a song?
Kasi I have this weird thing where I like being witty, where like
Mm-hmm.
it, when you hear something, it's not what you would expect. It would go like it's here, but then it goes there, and you're like, wait, if it checks that, that's something that could be material. Or if I were to hear it in a different song, I'll be like, solid. Or if it was a nice, if it's like a tweet that
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to retweet,
Right.
that's how I know. Okay, this is material. Sometimes it's not even the line lang kasi, parang yung concept lang or yung idea behind the song.
Right.
That's what I get to.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that you gravitate towards like certain topics that come up, like you have recurring themes?
Well, I learned kasi diba, like my music and my identity as an artist is paralleling with who I am and how I'm growing.
Right.
Diba? So I realized a lot of what I've been writing so far or lyrics or concepts, I don't have a home in a song yet,
Mm-hmm.
are more sad girl or
Mm.
parang attitude. Attitude like
Right. So it like swings from those two things, like
those two
like
things. Yeah. It's hard to make a really happy song for me. Like I'm trying to make a happy song, but it's kind of hard because I don't know,
mm-hmm.
maybe it's not the mood or the vibe at the moment, but more so like that. It's either sad about love or sad about my existence or being sad or angry about what other people are saying like who are you, you don't know anything.
So when you say you're trying to make a happy song, does that mean that you're actively trying to like expand your songwriting palette? Like
I
how
am. I mean, I did sign up for a songwriting class, pero hindi pa siya nag-start. Hindi ko alam kung
mm,
kailan siya mag-start. But yeah, just even watching, alam mo yung Genius videos minsan, where
Yes,
like they
yes.
sing their song, they tell you the story behind it. You get inspiration from that too. Na parang,
Mm.
something happened with me definitely in this blah 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 that I could apply in a song as well. Parang ganun. I also realized, well, I've known this for a long time. I like different genres, so I'm trying to also see if I could make a fusion with certain things and not just stay with lo-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Because lo-fi is always going to have a special place in my heart, but I'm curious if I could write for other genres as well. So like recently I wrote a song called Next to Me, which is
Mm-hmm.
more so
Yeah.
like indie, and then kind of like it's more 70s or 80ish yung vibes niya. It was so easy to write it though, which was surprising for me because if you asked Make You Smile Gail before to write lyrics to a beat like that,
Mm-hmm.
she could never. She'd be like, so boring. Ew.
Right.
But now Gail me is like, wow, this is such a vibe. It makes so much sense. Yeah, I'm just trying to explore because, like you said, I am growing with my music and I'm still getting to know myself. So that's why minsan nahirapan ako to like exactly define who I am as an artist because sometimes I'm
Mm.
not sure. But one thing for sure is that I'm being honest about it. But with the happy songs, I am trying. Like minsan I'll make like more positive lines or something.
Mm-hmm.
Pero I don't want it to be corny kasi. So it might sound like an angry song, but actually it's full of positivity, just being thrown at you in a different way.
Speaking of being corny, you mentioned this in another piece of content of yours. You're like, I was kind of scared
Mhm.
it would be cringy. So
Yeah.
what's cringy for you? What is that exactly?
Sa akin, it's really lyric
Mm,
based, yung corniness. Kasi you could have a really jolly tune, but
right,
if your lyrics have a different character, then it could change the whole vibe of the song, I feel like.
right, right.
Because I don't want to sound super like, yes, believe in yourself. You are beautiful. No, we're
Like
not going to do
like a
that, bro.
pageant, like a pageant.
Exactly. No,
Mm-hmm.
and I thank you. No, thank you. I mean, I feel like I can naman if I have to give advice. Like sometimes I know it's cliche, but you are beautiful, baby girl. But you know what? I always have to make it a bit. Na parang instead of
Right.
you are beautiful, you are wonderful. I have to say you are wonderful, bitch.
So what are your
Hmm.
musical dreams? And I'd also like to know your Struggail's musical dreams versus old Gail Banawis's musical dreams. Like, have
Ay,
those changed?
wow. Shanks, Yvonne.
Yeah.
Okay,
Really,
sorry.
Eva?
Napaisip ako. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as of now, I haven't released an album or an EP, so that is definitely a dream of mine. Of course, have like at least one music video, and a part of me also wants to have one music video be self-shot.
Like you
Like
directed
in
it?
one, like I directed, or like I'm just in one room and I just do a bunch of stuff that you
Mm.
don't expect. Parang ganun. Another musical dream of mine is to have a song dedicated to my supporters that isn't corny. But ano pa? And oh my God, there's so many dreams. I want to collab with this person. I want to collab with you.
Mm.
Sobrang dami. But I would also love to collab with a rapper of some sort. Hindi pa
Mm.
ako sure kung
Yung
sino.
Char.
Wait, wow, that's too
Wow.
high, babe. Parang that's too much. Pero we can see why not.
Well, you
Actually,
can see
BTS
why
na
not.
lang. BTS na
Oh,
lang, di ba?
oh, yeah.
Even actually, just
Mm.
to go on a tangent in a bit, like BTS is one of the reasons why I decided to be genuine and vulnerable too. It's because their music really helped me a lot, especially like when Rapmon had his, well, not Rapmon, RM, Namjoon,
Namjoon.
when he started releasing his own music,
Mixtape.
especially like Reflection, was one that really
Yeah.
struck a chord with me with how like not monotonous but how simple it was, so dark yet the lyrics are so honest, and then
Mm.
it would make me cry. I was like, I want to have this impact, or I want to be this honest with someone and maybe help them to be honest with themselves. It always goes back to me wanting to do the same for others. So yeah, props to BTS because you helped me come to existence.
What was the biggest thing that you learned from, I mean, aside from BTS,
Mm-mm.
from another artist?
I don't think it was necessarily one artist, but seeing a common pattern with
Mm-hmm.
them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just being okay with your feelings, even if they're ugly. Even if you're not proud of the way you feel, it's
Mm.
fine. They're still feelings and they're still valid and they still deserve to be like heard. Because we're not perfect people, diba? Minsan we feel or say ill things about other people, and we're not proud of it. But that's part of being human, I guess. So at the end of it, it's just being okay with being human and being imperfect. But kasi what really matters is what you do with it,
Mm.
diba?
Mm.
But that ugliness, you can also share it in your music because in that way, the ugly could turn into something beautiful.
How do you
Mm.
measure what is success? Yeah, what is success for Struggail? For Gail.
Success. Success is for me is being able to be yourself wholeheartedly
Mm-hmm.
while still being financially stable and being able to help other people. For me,
Mm-hmm.
that's success, and that's also like my definition of happiness. Basically, it's not necessarily the amount of streams or whatever, but if you're able to touch someone, parang that's more than enough na.
Mm.
But of
Mm.
course, if you could do that, make music and also, get in some money so you could make more music and help more people, that'd be great. But yeah, we'll see. Abangan, will it happen? Who knows?
You know what? I think it's such a hard balance. I have a hard time with that. Like, the external measures of success. To some degree,
Mm,
it matters, right?
mm,
In terms of like
mm,
just what you're saying, the practical side of it. Like, if it's working
mm.
commercially, you can use that to fund more music. Because guys, making music ain't cheap. And I think it's important to be practical about it also.
Yeah.
Like, can you do this as a business? This is one of my favorite quotes from, her name is Chris Bradley. But yeah, she says that musicians are the only entrepreneurs who don't know they're in business. Because it's a business and an art, especially now.
Mhm.
Especially if you want it to be your living, right? Because
Yeah.
it's a completely different scenario if it's a hobby. So how do you run your music, or how do you want to run your music like a business?
Man, of course, in the ideal world, I guess, if it's possible, if there are enough people that would appreciate it. So we'd have to try it out and release something. But and also, kasi yun nga, like you said, it is a business. So sometimes you have to give the people what they want, right? So I even had like a tweet out na parang, guys, what do you want? Like, what topics do you want to hear? Like, what
I saw
themes
that.
do you want in my
I saw that.
music? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious because I want to actively like challenge myself now
Mm-hmm.
and see maybe later on, like, it's an exercise that like I'll get used to in the future, you know? And so far, it's not always great, but it's getting somewhere. And at least I know now that it's not impossible to do. So maybe we'll see. We'll see what Sky Daddy has to offer. We don't
Yeah.
know.
Exactly. Wait, there was something I just wanted to clarify. When you say you're more open to doing what exactly? You mean asking people for topics for songs, or just the idea of not writing based on self-expression solely?
Yeah, because that's something that I've been trying to get out of, especially with like the new song that I made. Because all the other songs have been personal experiences, basically,
Mm, mm.
like stuff really from my journal, literally, that
Like
I
therapy
put into
sessions,
song.
yeah.
Yeah, therapy sessions.
Mm-hmm.
But next to me has been like not just my own, like there's probably like a few lines that are from me, but also from my friends, from their experiences that I
Mm,
turned into song,
mm.
from movies that, I
Right.
applied and I made like a character for myself in that song na parang, okay, this is you, this is what you've gone through. What would you want to say in the song? Or
Mm-hmm.
what would you say in your journal entry? Kasi,
Yeah.
diba, it's not me anymore. It's
Yeah.
whoever this person is. And that's how Next to Me came out. So I'm like, maybe I could use this way of writing for other things or other situations. And then,
Hmm. Gail 2020 2021 was sort of talking about how, like, you took a long time in order to get to that mental headspace to where you are now. And I
Mm.
was like, what was that shift like? What happened?
What happened? I mean, hindi siya, like there wasn't a single moment or like a single event that parang, oh, switch. Just a continuous journey of just trying, of attempts and everything, trial and error, basically. How did I get there? A lot of crying, a lot of self discovery. It involved a lot of journaling, trying to get to know myself, even just validating the fact that I'm not perfect and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Even having to take self love classes to actively do it. And
Yeah.
then it even opened up like this different world of like, oh, activating your chakras and talking to the universe. And like before it used to scare me. I'm like, oh my God, I only believe in Jesus Christ, which I still do, but like you don't read about chakras in the Bible and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that
Mm-hmm.
and the universe. But I feel like it's at the end of the day, it has like the same foundation, same basis. It's just worded differently, I guess. Even sa mga friendships ko, like, because I have more, like some friends who are more self-aware, would kind of point out things in myself na parang, Gail, why are you X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, what do you mean? And then I hate conflict at the same time. So then when they try to like push me to like listen to myself or figure out, Gail, how do you actually feel? Because you're always trying to please other people or be this kind of person for someone else. How do you actually feel? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. And then I realized,
Mm-hmm.
wait, that's alarming because this is your body. You are yourself. You don't even know who you are. Like several things, different things that kind of like kept going back to me having to realize, who are you? What do you want? Who the F is Gail Banawis? So I had to take the time to figure that out. And I still am, but I understand myself much, much better compared to 4 years ago. Jesus Christ.
I think it shows also in your music and just the way that you present yourself online and the whole is that
Mm.
it. If you could tell your high school Gail stuff, doesn't even have to be
Mm.
advice. Like, what would you tell her?
So I'm gonna think of little Gail, who
Little.
is little Gail, same height naman, pero Gail with the crazier eyebrows, sharper eyeliner and everything. Gail, who is sitting in the city right now, wondering what she's doing with her life. I will talk to her.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Bro, bro, it's gonna get so much better. You don't even know. Sure, it's gonna hurt, and nothing is gonna make sense sometimes. But I promise you, you're gonna find out who you are at your core. You are going to meet wonderful people that are going to change your life. It might not be easy at first, but it's so, so freaking worth it. Um, you're going to find who you are as an artist. I know it's something you've been struggling with for a long time, whether or not you even have the ability to create or have your own voice. Baby girl, just keep doing what you're doing now. Even if you don't feel comfortable, you're going to learn something from it. I promise you that. And someone might try to control you in the near future with your artistic journey. But seeing as that you don't really know what you're doing, let it happen, because then from that, you learn what you want and apply that to every single facet of your life. Okay? So don't worry. You're going to cry, you're going to get angry, but it's part of it, baby girl. Okay? But remember, God loves you. Period.
Thank you so much, Gail, for being on the podcast. I just wanted to thank you
Dude, I'm so happy to be here.
for your energy and for your insights and for your time. Like, this has been a really nice conversation. This has been a good conversation. So we just gotta
So
say bye to the
much.
people. Bye, people.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
people.
Bye, people. Please subscribe to Lil Kyla because she gonna have more episodes here on her podcast in video
Yeah.
format. So it's a
Yeah.
vidcast.
Yeah.
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 Do Lee.
Uh-huh.
Boom. Listen on Spotify too. Stream.
Stream is stream. Thanks, guys, and see you
Yeah.
next time. Bye
Bye.
bye.